What's up guys, welcome back again to your Heroclix headquarters. So today's the day, you know what time it is. We are looking at some Empyre previews finally for Avengers, Fantastic Four, Empyre, the new set coming out next after this latest X-Men Rise and Fall set. Now before we get into it, I just want to say really quickly, thank you guys so much. We just broke 900 subscribers, huge milestone. This close to 1,000. I can't believe it already. It's pretty crazy, and I'm just happy that you guys are showing support, liking the channel, subscribing. It means the world to me. So thank you guys so much for that, and I have got a giveaway coming out soon, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already so you don't miss out on that giveaway. Now, without any further ado, these previews are coming to us thanks to House Rules Gaming on Facebook. Of course, I'll put some links in the description. You guys should go check it out there and support them. Give them a like as well. Alright, so let's just jump right into it. We got Skrull Spy to start out with. He's a common number 2 in the set. He's a sidekick. That's very important to pay attention to. It's like we will get some captains and sidekicks and potentially allies in this set. He's got these Skrulls, Soldier, and Spy keywords. He's got a trait, Secret Invasion. Sideline active. For all characters with this trait, when an opposing character is KO'd, you may choose a Skrull Spy on your sideline and roll a d6 on what looks to be a 5 or 6. Generate the chosen Skrull Spy from your sideline on click number 2 in the square the KO'd character last occupied. So that's really cool in my opinion. It's kind of like winning more. If you're already winning, you're already KOing something, you have that potential to just drop this dude in the middle of their team and he can start making attacks. It'd be pretty crazy if this guy was autonomous. Obviously he's not. But even without being autonomous, I mean, he's going to start on click number 2 if he gets dropped in. That gives you sidestep, 10 attack, 16 defense, 1 damage with close combat expert. So we're talking 11 attack, 2 damage up close. And he's got a 4 range, so he could potentially shoot somebody for 1. It would be a lot better if he was autonomous, but for only 20 points, I can see why they wouldn't want to make him that way. But still, the ability to just drop a character in the middle of your opponent's team and surprise them with that is pretty great. He does also have the Skrull's team ability, and if you play him at 20 points, he's going to get the best use out of that Skrull's team ability with actual shape change starting out and some stealth. That actually keeps him pretty well defended for a 20-point character. 4 clicks of health. I think he makes probably some pretty decent mastermind fodder, and you know, you can add a lot of cool stuff to him being a sidekick. So for all those reasons, I think this dude is actually really good. Definitely a power common figure that you're going to want a few of, even to just throw a couple on the sideline in any given game. Now next up, we've got a uncommon Rocket Raccoon. I'm super excited for this one. I've been waiting for some Guardians of the Galaxy for a while now, so let's take a look at him. He's got the Guardians of the Galaxy and animal keywords. He has a new trait called Follow-Up, which says free once per turn for all characters with a follow-up trait. Make an attack using Rocket Raccoon's printed combat values, but only to target a single character hit with an attack made by another friendly character with the Guardians of the Galaxy keyword. So that's pretty cool. Basically, anytime, I imagine all of the Guardians of this set will probably have this follow-up mechanic, so anytime one of them hits, you have a like once per turn free action that any one of them could use to make an extra attack on that character for free. So it's really cool actually, especially because he has like running shot, energy explosion, super senses, leadership. So you could actually like running shot to shoot somebody, and if somebody else already shot that person, then he could take a free and shoot them again, like a ranged flurry kind of thing. For 50 points, you know, with those stats and powers, not bad at all. That follow-up thing's really cool. And one thing I gotta point out, this is huge, we have a brand new team ability yet again. Super psyched that they're putting more team abilities in the game. We just got the Wonder Woman team ability introduced in the Wonder Woman set, and now we're getting a Guardians of the Galaxy team ability. I love team abilities, and I always felt like there was so many that they were missing, and I feel like they're finally adding them to the game after all this time, which is really cool, and I'm just super excited about it. Now the team ability itself, this character's combat values can't be modified by opposing characters' effects. So it's nothing super crazy. It definitely helps, you know, Perplex, not being able to up damage anymore. I've definitely been using my Perplexes to like -1 an opponent's defense, because that helps a lot more than just giving a +1 to one of my character's attacks. If I -1 somebody's defense, it's basically a +1 to everybody's attack if they attack that person. So I do find myself using Perplex to minus my opponent's stats more often now that I can't up my damage anymore. Aside from that, there's other effects that, you know, like when this character hits, you know, -2 that character's defense, or -2 their attack, or movement, whatever. So that's a really cool ability to have. It's kind of niche, but it could definitely help you out. And the cool thing is it's something we haven't really seen before. I don't think I've seen any team abilities that did that. Maybe an ATA or something, but not an actual team ability. So just the fact that they're adding something new and fresh and different is really cool. And speaking of a little bit new and fresh and different, I'm noticing the back of the character's picture on the cards here. It looks like it's more like a comic book pattern, you know, like that, the dots of like the printing of the comic books, right? Pretty cool touch. Right now, I don't know if I like it better than the old way they did it, but it's a cool touch. I think it's pretty interesting. All right, but now on to the really interesting stuff. We got to look at 2 super rares in this preview, starting us off with Mr. Fantastic. He's got the Avengers Fantastic Four, Illuminati, Kree, Skrull, Armor, and Scientist keywords. Lots of good keywords there. But what's really cool here is you'll take a look at that first rally trait. That is a green rally trait. It says for all attack rolls. So this is the first character we've seen with the rally trait that wasn't just for opposing attack rolls. So I think it's really interesting to see how this is going to play out. And of course, being Mr. Fantastic, the die on there is a 4. Anytime anybody rolls a 4 in any attack roll, you can put that die on his card. And then it gives him plasticity and free remove Mr. Fantastic's rally die and choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. If you did, until your next turn, the chosen character gains immobile. That's a really cool ability that has the potential to shut down like their taxis, you know, the characters that they use to carry everybody else around, or to stop someone in their tracks if they were planning to try to charge on you or running shot you next turn maybe, or even just to sidestep or hypersonic or whatever, to just lock them in place for a turn could be very useful. Maybe they don't have range and they were planning on charging. If you just lock them down there with that, they can't do anything. You're free to, you know, deal with some other threats and come back to them in a minute. So very cool ability there. Then he also has another trait that says when Mr. Fantastic is given a move action after resolutions, remove all non-debris terrain markers within range. He does have a 3 range, so not a huge range, but to just give him a move action and then remove all non-debris terrain markers is really cool, because barrier is a huge thing right now, smoke cloud too, because there's lots of people right now doing lots of free smokes, lots of free barriers. You know, Molecule Man does free smoke that turns into barrier. So just putting up a big barrier wall and blocking yourself off has always been a good strategy, but the ability to just move up and get rid of all of them within 3 squares of them is very useful. And then he has a special attack power that gives him Quake with giant reach of 3, and he has that for the beginning and end of his dial, either at the 75 or 30 point line starting out. He also has Flight too, that's interesting, I just noticed that. So yeah, Flight with an 11 movement charge, 11 attack, giant reach, 3 Quake, 18 with Impervious and 3 damage with Outwit. And of course, don't forget all the cool special traits he's got there. Pretty solid dial at 30 points too. You know, sidestep with that giant reach Quake and some Outwit. Definitely not bad at all. And it looks like Iron Mr. Fantastic or something. He looks like he's got some kind of Iron Man suit on, which is really cool. So I'm going to need that regardless. Iron Mr. Fantastic. Definitely worth it. And next up we have a look at Hulkling. He played a major role in the comic event. So of course he's going to be in this set. And he looks pretty cool. So he starts out with the Avengers, the Young Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Kree, Skrull, Cosmic, Ruler, and Warrior keywords. basically every keyword you could possibly give him. He's got the captain role tag up there, so he's going to be interacting with sidekicks potentially. And now we'll take a look at his traits here. The first trait says, when establishing theme teams, characters on your starting force with the Kree keyword gain the Skrulls keyword, and characters with the Skrulls keyword gain the Kree keyword. So that's really cool. You can now mix and match your Krees and your Skrulls and make some pretty crazy theme teams. That's pretty awesome. Anything that can let me cheat with keywords, I always love to play it. So then his next trait gives him leadership and mastermind, and when Heroclix uses leadership and succeeds, you may instead generate a number 2 Skrull spy that we took a look at earlier, or a number 3 Kree soldier on click number 1. So we're also going to be getting some generic Kree soldiers, it looks like. I imagine they will also be sidekicks. Probably won't do the secret invasion thing, though. I wonder what else they'll do. Maybe they'll do something like the Shi'ar soldiers with the flags from that last set. Who knows? We'll see in the future. But he has another trait that gives him free. Choose a friendly sidekick and choose Blades, Claws, Fangs, or Exploit weakness. The chosen sidekick can use the chosen standard power this turn. So yeah, once per turn you can give one sidekick either Blades or Exploit. Those are both really good powers, so definitely useful there. And then he has a special throughout his whole dial that gives him Blades, Claws, Fangs, and when Heroclix uses it after resolutions, you may place an adjacent friendly character or a hit opposing character a number of squares away from their current square equal to the d6 result. That's pretty interesting. So if you run up charge Blades, hit a 4 or something, then you could potentially place them 4 squares away. You know, potentially throwing them back into a kill box where the rest of your team can get to them. Or if you had somebody come up with them to, like, you know, maybe he carried somebody with his flight so they could just use prob on him or something. Then you could send them back the other way, back to safety. Or you could potentially just throw them back up further into the fight. Who knows? There's lots of potential applications to that power. So yeah, that's pretty much it. He's got the Skrulls team ability and Cosmic Energies team ability. So 2 very good team abilities to have. Looks like he's 125 or 60 points. So it looks like a pretty good dial for 125 points. 12 movement with charge, gives him big reach. And flight, of course, helps him get around. 12 attack is pretty nasty. 18 defense with impervious and 4 damage with shape change, which is boosted from the Skrulls team ability, which will give him +1 to that shape change roll. And it's also nice that all of that's going to be protected out with the Cosmic Energies. Now for 60 points, I feel like his dial is kind of short. I'm a little bit afraid, you know, you don't have starting shape change, so he's only going to have shape change on a 6. And then he's only got invulnerability, so no real rollouts there. Just kind of 1 on a 6 and then a decent reducer. Now he does have Exploit to go with the Blades, so he can potentially do a lot more damage. But I don't know, for only 4 clicks for the 60 points is rough in today's game. I'm not going to lie. The way that characters are built nowadays, 4 clicks for 60 points is not great. But it does give him a lot more room to use for team building. You know, he's going to be used a lot for sure to bring Kree and Skrulls onto the same team. And to do that, you're probably going to want to drop him down to 60 points so you have more room to work with there. At 60 points, I try to keep him back. Just use the leadership to spawn out some spies or soldiers, whatever you might need. Now, he does have traded Mastermind with that leadership, so, you know, that does kind of help having such little life to him. At 60 points, especially if you can just keep him back long enough to generate like 1 minion, then you can charge him up there and carry the minion with you. You got that protection with the Mastermind. So yeah, I think all in all, he's actually a really, really solid figure. The ability to just cheat with the keywords, potentially spawn your own Mastermind fodder is always great. I think he's good at both point values. And just, honestly, I think really well done with that character. And we did also get a little bit of a sneak peek at the starter set coming out with this set. So it looks like we're going to get a Wolverine with the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Weapon X, X-Men, and Soldier keywords. By the looks of it, he just has Blades, Toughness, and Regen. Now, this is going to be another one of those starter sets that's going to have very simple, easy to use dials for beginners, and then some more advanced dials. So this looks like it's going to be the more easy to use dial. Then we got a Spider-Man with Avengers, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man Family, Reporter, and Scientist keywords. Looks like your basic charge, in-cap, and super senses there. And we got Captain Marvel with Avengers, Kree, and Cosmic. Human Torch with Avengers, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man Family, and Celebrity. And then an Invisible Woman with, I'm guessing, Avengers, Fantastic Four, and Celebrity. And I can't really see any of their powers. Of course, they have Fantastic Four team ability, Avengers team ability, X-Men team ability, Spider-Man team ability. Pretty cool how they kind of spread out all the team abilities for all of them there. Then on the villain side of things, we've got a Magneto with Acolytes, Brotherhood of Mutants, Ruler, and Spy with, looks like Sidestep, TK, and Energy Shield Deflection for him on his basic dial. Super Skrull X-Men with Skrulls, Warrior, and Spy keywords. Looks like we got a new Taskmaster with Thunderbolts, Assassin, and Spy. Some Sidestep and maybe Charge there. Then a Madam Hydra with Hydra, Assassin, and Spy keywords with the Hydra team ability. And a Rogue with the X-Men team ability. Can't really make out any of her keywords there. So pretty interesting teams there. You also see the blue and red Avengers 4 dice with the Fantastic Four. That's pretty cool symbol there. Alright, so that's going to do it for this preview video. I want to thank House Rules Gaming for sharing this on Facebook. Again, make sure you guys check them out there. And if you guys like this video, make sure you smash that like button. I'd appreciate it. It helps out quite a bit. Let me know in the comments your thoughts on all of these exciting new figures. I'm super excited for this set. Honestly, I'm like the most excited for this set. And then the next set after this looks pretty good too. The War of the Realms looks pretty exciting as well. But Empyre right now, super excited. Everything in it. It's going to be probably my favorite set of the year from what I can tell so far. So let me know your thoughts about that. And of course, if you haven't already, don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos. And if you guys would like to help support the channel even more, make sure to check out the links in the description for our Patreon. You can see your name here in the credits and some other awesome cool stuff. So make sure to check that out. And until next time, thanks again so much for watching. This has been Heroclix Headquarters, signing off.